Well, hello, school counselors and school counselors to be. Thank you guys so much for coming to my channel, The Inspiring School Counselor. And today, you guys, I'm going to be telling you guys what I like to put in my go-to school counselor binder. Y'all, if y'all don't have one, I do encourage you guys to get one of these together so that you can have with you, ready to go, whether you're going to a meeting, whether you're doing individual counseling or small groups, whether it is you just need to keep up with your schedule. I'm excited to get into this with you guys. Hopefully you guys are excited too. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit the notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. All right, you guys, let's get into it. Let's just talk about the fact that it is a happy planner. Y'all, I don't know what it is about happy planners, but I feel like I have my life together whenever I have a happy planner. And just to let y'all know, this is not a sponsored video at all. Whenever I bought this, it actually came with the cover, which is what you see now. The rings, of course. It came with 4 dividers, and it came with, I think, like 5 page protectors. Well, it was actually about 4 of them, and so I brought all 4 and I just combined them all together. All right, so the first thing that you guys are going to see whenever you open my go-to school counselor binder is my monthly to-do list, you guys. And I actually was able to get this off of Canva, and so I was able to find this template, and I printed it off, and I actually have a happy planner hole punch, and I've hole punched it and I put it in here, y'all. So I absolutely love it. So that's the first thing that you're going to see. Next page that I have in here is my program management agreement. And I'm not going to actually show you guys exactly what that looks like, but if I remember, I will put up in somewhere, if I can find one, just what a program management agreement looks like. But it's just an overview of your school counseling program, as well as the duties and roles that you do within the school. Okay, so, and you're also going to list like your vision and your mission. Okay, and one thing that I also love to keep in there that's attached to this is my actual schedule of the day. So I'm going to actually turn this so that you guys can see. So for instance, you guys see that. All right, this is my full layout of what I do within a day. Okay, so from 7:45 to 2:40, I list all the different things that I do. Now, as a school counselor, yes, it's great to have this schedule, but you also understand that your schedule can change any minute of the day. And so you just kind of go with the flow. But this is what I like to call just my tentative schedule, okay? If it was a perfect day in the educational system, this is what it looks like, okay? So I just love to keep that in there as well. Another thing that I like to keep in my binder is the school counselor's mission vision for the school district. So I just print that off, I punch hole it, and I put that also in my go-to binder, as well as my school's mission and vision. So it's just really important for me to have that. Okay, so that's all in the first part when you open up the book. Okay, so no matter where I'm at, what I'm doing, even if I have somebody that might question, my role and what it is that I do in the day, I just pull out my go-to binder and be like, here, let's go to this page, and I just show them, and so they won't have nothing else to say. Okay, so it's just really good to have that. So the next section that I'm going to get into is just basically my calendar. So I have my school district's calendar. It's really good to have that because you're able to see when in-services are taking place, when report cards go out, holidays that's going to be happening where you're not going to have any school, and the list can go on, even on professional development days. So I like to keep that also in my binder, as well as the National Educational and Health Awareness dates. I like to keep that calendar in there because that's also what I like to use in order to just bring awareness to my students, to the teachers, to the parents about what's going on. So for instance, this month, the month of September, is Suicide Prevention Month. So that's a great time to just bring some awareness on just mental health. Next month is going to be Bully Prevention Month. And so I'm doing like a whole thing to bring awareness to my community about that. So that is just really good to have and to keep in there because you're able to always just glance at what's going on. So now I'm getting ready to go to the next section of my book. And this is basically my lesson plan layout. So every lesson that I'm going to be doing this year, is right on this layout, okay? So from August all the way to May. Now, I know some people, they don't like to really plan ahead, like that far ahead. They just do it, you know, some people, they give themselves a week in advance to plan the next week. So just do what's best for you. But for me, I like to know what I'm doing. I like to have a full layout of the month and everything that I need to do. My small group and individual counseling schedule. Okay, this is very important for me to have. So each month I have the week in which I'm teaching the grade. So for instance, you guys can't see this, but I have second grade. I teach them September 5th through the 9th. The time is going to take place is 10:30 to 11:30. But then I have where, okay, I might have to make up a day. So I always put in there like who I need to make, what class I need to make up. But also, for instance, since I'm teaching second grade, the 5th through the 9th, I'm going to be able to do individual counseling in small groups with my first and kindergarten classes because I don't have them that week. So I just like to have a full layout of just when I can do my small group and individual counseling sessions, which I'm super excited about. By the time that you guys see this video, I'm probably going to already be doing my small groups. But the first small group that I'm doing is teaching on like worry and anxiety. And I'm also doing like a morning booster small group. Basically, I have kids that's a little bit harder for them to transition to the classroom. So I kind of meet with them in the mornings. If you guys remember, last year I started talking to you guys about morning play group. I'm not really doing that this year. It's going to be something totally different. So that's what I'm doing. That's why I'm doing morning boosters. So I'm pretty excited about that. All right. So that is what you will find in that section as well. And in my next section is going to be focused on my related arts classes, as far as all the related arts classes and when the teachers have those particular related arts, okay? So I love to have that because there's times where whenever I'm doing individual counseling sessions or trying to get my small group, the kids for my small groups, I need to know where they are, okay? And so I like to just keep that schedule here. And I also have the class list as well so that I just know who is who and what class they're in. So I like to keep that in that section. And then, you guys, in my next section is a full layout, which I can't show you guys this because I have names that is written down on here, but I have a total of 18 small groups that I can do this year, okay? I'm already starting on 2 of them, which is, like I told you guys before, my morning boost and my anxiety and worry group. But I have an anger management group I can start, a divorce group I can start, goal setting group, organization and time management group. You guys, the list goes on. And one thing that I really love is that I have a mental health therapist that comes to the school Monday and Fridays. And so she already talked to me about any small groups that I'm wanting to do that I might not have a chance to get to, or she can kind of pick up and do. I'm able to have her do that. And so I'm excited about that because she's able to tag team with me to get those together. So that is what I like to keep in that section. And then this is where I just keep my templates, my to-do list monthly templates. So whenever I'm done with the month, I can just take that out and put it in the front. Okay, so that's what we have. So that is everything that section, okay? But then, y'all, I have a whole nother section in here. Like I told you guys, I brought a total of 4 of those happy planners. So this section is going to be everything to do with 504 meetings. I do a lot of 504 meetings, you guys, and so it's just very convenient for me to have everything that I need for those 504 meetings right in here. So the things that I like to keep in here is, of course, the procedural rights and safeguards that I could just pull out and have the parents look over. I also have like a list of things that I need to make sure that I address whenever I'm doing like an eligibility 504 meeting. So the first thing I need to make sure that I do is introduce everybody, right? The second thing that I need to do is tell the parents about a 504 and what all that consists of if they don't know what a 504 is. The third thing that I would do is then give them their rights, their procedural rights and safeguards. Let them look over that. And if they have any questions, making sure that we go over that, and the list goes on, okay? So that is just something that I like to keep in the forefront. And then, y'all, this has really helped too to kind of explain to parents what a 504 is. I printed this off of Google. You guys, it's just a triangle, and it shows like you have general education interventions, you have section 504 plans, and then you have IEPs. So I really like to just show the parents this because it just gives them a kind of an idea of where section 504 plans, you know, pop up in the educational system. So I like to go over that. And also, whenever I do my 504 plans, now this is not something that I created. This is actually something that the former school counselor had left for me to be able to use whenever it is that I have 504 meetings and it's time to pass out those accommodations to the necessary teachers so that they are aware of the 504s for that particular student, or students. I like to have this where they can actually sign saying that I did give them, you know, a copy. Because y'all, there's times where you might have some teachers that's like, no, you never gave me a copy, and you don't know if you did or not. And even if you do know you gave it to them, you don't have anything to really back that up that you did. So it's just really good to have that. So I like to keep that in there as well. And then of course I have my counselor meeting notes that I have to take during those meetings, and really any meeting. I just like to put those in there as well. So that is everything that is in that section, y'all. And I have a whole lot more that I can list, but I'm not going to do that because that could be a whole nother video. So the next thing that I like to keep in my binder, and that is any type of protocol that I have to do in regards to child abuse, suicidal ideation, bullying, you know, sexual harassment, all those things. I like to keep those forms right in here. It's my go-to. Instead of me trying to find it online in my Google Drive or trying to look through these different binders that I have, I just like to keep it in my go-to school counselor binder so that all I have to do is take it out, make copies, and we're ready. So that is what I like to keep in my binder. Another thing that I like to keep in there as well is my resource guide for my school district. It has a list of school counselors and their extensions. It has different mental health organizations that I can reach out to for students, and the list goes on, you guys. So I really do highly recommend for you guys to keep something like that in your go-to school counselor binder. Now let's say if you guys don't have a resource guide for the school district, then create one. Present that to your who was the superintendent or whoever that is, and see about getting those copies out, because it's very beneficial, especially when you're looking for somebody's number and you don't really know where to go. At least if you have a resource guide, it's already ready for you and you can just dial that extension. So you guys, that is everything that I like to put in my school counselor go-to binder. If you guys don't have one, I highly recommend that you guys create one, make one, get it together, put everything that you think that you will possibly need in there, because you guys, it is a big benefit, especially when you don't have to worry about running around trying to find things. Everything is just in one place. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I thank you guys so much for your time. If you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time I upload a video. I'll see you guys next time.